So here we are, game number 1 of this best of 3. I'm Madals, and all in all, this is gonna be super sweet. It's a ZvP. Have cast one of these so far this evening, but it's on merry-go-round, a map unfortunately we don't see too often, but one I do very much like. Spawning down to the south, representing alien invasion, we've got the green Protoss player. No, we don't. The yellow Zerg player representing alien invasion, none other than Golden. And his opponent up to the top left, the green Protoss representing Team PK, none other than GunGFuBanda. Both of these two have been doing some pretty awesome things, coming through some pretty tough opponents as well. If we take a look at the brackets and where they've come from, what they've done, obviously it's only been one game to get to this place, but Golden took down Patience, his teammate, and GunGFuBanda took down Zuke in that round. So a lot of very nice work coming through there. Going to be interesting to see how they fare off against each other. Now, as it stands, nothing too crazy coming down as of yet. Quite an early probe scout coming through, but this isn't unusual. This isn't absolutely kind of crazy or anything like that. It's just GunGFu wanting to know, is my opponent going to be trying to cheese me, or can I get away with an early pull, a Nexus first, or shall I go for a cannon rush? Wait and see what's coming in. But yeah, this is all looking good at the moment. Just a nice little block of this hatchery. It was a pull first though coming down from Golden, so he's not doing anything too crazy. GunGFu does throw down that pylon block though, so this is going to add a bit more with the forge coming down behind it. Has been seen by Golden. Obviously the potential for a cannon rush is there. Golden lost to a cannon rush game number 1 up against Patience, so I suspect that he's going to be playing on the safe side. Doesn't really want to be trying to duke it out with this as of yet. Would much rather actually just sit here and go, okay, play it on the safe side, take a bit of a hit, get out some lings. And I think that's the wise move to make. Don't want to take too many big risks early on. Back at home, GunGFu chucks down that defensive cannon. It was after the Nexus, so just making sure that he's safe. He's not going to lose to anything crazy. Probe continues to try and block the third hatch. Just gets down though. Golden able to take that hatchery, albeit quite late at 3 minutes 40-ish. So quite a good start for GunGFu here. Certainly winning points for being the most irritating Protoss possible. Pylon on the natural will get taken down, and that means the hatchery can get started up. Going up to 3 bases, not too late overall. 4 minutes, and obviously putting down those pylons does add a delay into the natural nexus of GunGFu. Counterattack going to be attempted, not going to be successful though. There's only 5 lings, and of course that cannon at the front will be more than enough to fend that off. 1 ling, 2 lings might get through if he suicides them, but let's be honest, suiciding some lings through probably isn't worthwhile. We may even see we should see the cybernetics core thrown down as well. That will pretty much block this off. The probe can sit there, buy a bit more time. Queen's having a nice little wander. I'm not quite sure where this queen is going. There's only 1 on the field, so there's going to be... Okay, no, the inject will still come through. It's just getting a little bit delayed, but it's come over here to get to the 3rd first, thinking about that. So this is all good. Meanwhile, a couple of lings did actually manage to get through here. Whoa, okay, more lings must have reinforced. A couple must have died yet. Okay, so 2 lings went down, but getting through, this is quite a nuisance for GunGFu. Golden able to take down this pylon. This is going to supply block his opponent. Well, actually, not quite. No, it does supply block him. Take it back. Going to be able to pick off a couple of probes here. And 5 lings in your base is really irritating. There is a zealot down, but not too much there. Still wandering around, still going for a couple of pokes, a couple of prods. Backing out now with those lings. Wants to keep him alive as long as possible. Of course, once the mothership core is there, they will get taken down. Nothing they can do about that. But the lost mining time, the poking and prodding until then, can be quite irritating. Especially if a couple of probe kills can be achieved. That was the first one, so nothing crazy yet. Down comes the mothership core. A few more pokes, a few more prods on their way in there. The lings will die, but they're going to come and try and scout down the natural base first, most likely. Mothership core just on an intercept course though, should be able to shut them down. 1 ling actually getting sent the other way, trying to act as a little bit of a diversion. Probe's taking some damage, may get a second probe here, but looks like no, I'm not going to be able to achieve that. But still, 1 ling left inside GunGFu's main base, allows Golden just to get those last few seconds of vital scouting information until it dies. So where does this leave us? Overall losses, pretty low. Only a handful of units lost on both sides, 7 lings, 2 probes, not much there. Work count 46 to 30. pretty comparable for this stage. Of course, we will see the drone count skyrocket over the next couple of minutes as, of course, these 3 bases get saturated up very quickly. Gas count currently at 2 for Golden. Meanwhile, on GunGFu also on 2, but he's adding in 3 additional gates. He's got +1 nearly done. He has been operating off of 2 gases though, so going to be looking for quite a nice bit of pressure. With the Stargate coming through behind this is actually a very interesting build to be going for. It's going to be exciting to see exactly what GunGFu has in store here. But for now at least, he's just taking his time, looking for any opportunity to come through. 20 Lings coming down. Golden knows that there's pressure and that there's a threat coming. Hasn't seen any of these gateways, but knows that units are moving out. More Lings coming through, 18 of them in production, 23 already down. Speed is not researched. Bear that in mind. There is no speed upgrade for these Lings. They're slow Lings. Should find the pylon now though. We'll be able to start taking them out. The Stalker getting forced back. Another pylon being constructed down to the lower left. First wave of warpins on its way through. That pylon taking a bit more damage is going to fall, but not before these Stalkers are out on the field. If speed was finished for these Zerglings, obviously all of those Stalkers would be dead and gone. But no speed means they can back away. For now at least, not going to last much longer. Surround on one of those Stalkers will take it down. Speed is about to finish up, 6 seconds away. Roaches coming out as well. Golden wants to thwart this attack. He knows his economy is probably pretty good against his opponents. There's speed kicking in. All the Stalkers get surrounded. They go down. A lot of Zealots there, but the Roaches will be able to clean those up. The Pylon, of course, the big target, preventing additional units from getting warped in if at all possible. Forward come. A lot of Roaches here now. 12 of them on the field. That Pylon is gonna fall. And all in all, we're now set with GunGFu sitting on 2 bases. He's got 1 Oracle coming out, a second one in production. Gonna be trying to get a little bit of his own damage done here. Only has 1 Queen though, up in the main base, and no Spore Crawler. And as such, he can't actually defend against this. An Oracle beats a Queen in a 1-on-1. Queen may get focused, try and prevent additional production. Coming out, trying to miss some of those inject cycles. Good 150 minerals worth of damage taken out. A couple of drones also going to die here as the Queen from the natural frantically tries to get up in order to stop this. But simultaneously at the natural base of GunGFu, there's a lot of Roaches trying to pump through. Taking down a few sentries. Force fields are buying a lot of time, allowing that damage to come in. The 2 Oracles not being controlled at the moment, but it's Golden who's crashing down the front door. Not able to break through as of yet though. The number of Roaches diminishing rapidly. Still the Oracles trying to find some way to attack. Spore Crawler though should fend them off for the moment. Cybernetics Core has fallen behind this. A Voidway and an Immortal on its way through, but no more Stalkers, no more sentries can be produced, all while these Roaches are still waiting there. A lot more Lings ready to come and counter-attack. This is going to be a big push. This 1 sentry does not have enough energy for a force field. No more can come through. That, of course, means the Lings can start flooding through here. The Roaches leading the charge. They want to take out those Roaches, take out the Zealots ASAP that are blocking the path. Few more Warpins. The Immortal getting a lot of damage down. This is a very close hold. The Immortal is going to do a lot to try and stop it. The Voidway will eventually clean up all of this force. But at what cost? How much damage can be done before that point? In reality, unlikely much, because of the Immortal and that Voidway dishing out so much damage to the Roaches. But what it's allowed is time. And time is a very important resource for Golden. It's allowed him to get up a 4th base, allowed him to continue to tech, add in Roach speed, get his lair down. Chance to get these Spore Crawlers to fend off these Oracles. And also amass another very scary army. Add in he's at 64 drones compared to 52 probes. And actually he's in a pretty damn good spot there, economically speaking. So this is an interesting game. He's still denying that 3rd base. And GunGFu, turtled up on 2 bases, isn't too scary to a 4-base Zerg. No answer yet to that Voidway. Spire is on its way, but it's forward with the Roaches. The Immortal gets focused down very quickly. The Roaches now backing out. They want to try and trade. The Oracle is coming back as well, just to add in a bit more damage against this army, knowing that it's quite a scary force. More reinforcements coming across the map as we speak for Golden. He's pushing through, trying to find more damage, trying to get more damage down. And he's doing a good job of it at the moment. He's able to take out a lot of these forces, able to really start picking them apart. Of course, we've got the Oracles now moving forward. They're still trying to find any kind of poke and prod at the damage that they possibly can. But they don't want to overcommit. You never know when there's going to be, say, some Mutalisks coming through. And I suspect it will be Mutalisks just because of the 6 gases, a decent amount of gas banked up. And also the fact that Corruptors are no good up against Voidways. So, still the damage comes through. Up comes those Lings. They engage nicely. Quick pick off of that sentry. The Forge, researching +2, could be about to fall. That will prevent further upgrades. And while Golden doesn't have any of his own yet, +1 missile attack is nearly complete. A handful of Lings streaming up into the main base. The Roaches at the front of the natural getting forced back. But the Lings, they should be able to rack up a couple of probe kills. They can be very irritating up against this force. Split GunGFu's army away from each other. And with 9 Mutalisks now coming through, those Oracles, that Void Wave, may not be long for this world. Golden does get supply block, losing that Overseer and that Overlord, unfortunately. But he's got so many Roaches coming through. The Colossus, gonna help, gonna try and fend this off for the moment. But it's the Mutas, remember. These are gonna be the critical unit. They can shut down the Void Wave. They can shut down that Colossus very quickly with some good focusing. And so with all of that, actually, we could end up in a situation where Golden is able to engage head on. Nice little pick up here. Finds that War Prism. That was another little glimmer of hope for GunGFu. If he was able to get some drops down, may have bought him some more time. May have allowed him to secure up this third. But as it stands, this third base is very vulnerable. Insanely so. But it's also an essential, basically, expansion for GunGFu. If he doesn't get that third down, he is in a disastrous spot. His main base is nearly mined out. It's running very, very low. He needs to supply a lot of production, and he's against the 4-base Zerg. At minimum, he needs to be on 3 bases. In come these Roaches now. This should draw all of GunGFu's army out, but I think even by doing that, I'm not sure he can hold this off. The Mutalisks aren't going to even need to engage there. The third gets taken out. There wasn't a cancel there either. That means a lot of damage done. 400 minerals lost rather than just 100. In now come these Mutas. They engage up against the natural probe line. A couple more probes are gonna get taken down. But still, the Mutaflock getting a bit larger. There's a couple of Phoenix there, but 24 Mutalisks up against 3 Phoenix. That is not a trade the Phoenix are gonna win. They need a lot more, even if they're microed brilliantly. It would need to be perfect micro to engage that, and a lot of time. The Void Way's still chasing this down, but look at this army. It's coming out. It's getting aggressive. That means that it can get split up. Down goes that Void Way. The Roaches getting ready to push through in towards the natural base. Not very much here. The Mutalisks split apart, though, are taking more damage. The Colossus trying to pull back, but the Mutas engaging head-on, able to win that fight. The Roaches have been seen. Golden had taken 2 more expansions, or was expanding to other places while that was ongoing. He takes game number 1 in quite a convincing fashion.